Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Dev, aka the Unknown Variable here, back at you with another commentary. And I'm just gonna be really blunt today, guys. Call of Duty has taken so many L's that I feel like Oprah out here. You get an L, you get an L, everybody gets an L. Now, you'd think with the game being out only, what, a month now, that wouldn't be enough time for Call of Duty to take any L's. And I thought the same thing, but the Game Awards were a few days ago, and Christopher Judge, one of the voice actors for God of War, actually roasted Call of Duty, and believe it or not, Call of Duty, a month after release, is already catching stray bullets from people in the industry. And for obvious reasons, I can't show the clip on screen because I'll probably get nuked by copyright, but I will show the tweet that basically shows what he said. And Charlie Intel here is reporting that God of War actor Christopher Judge says his Game Awards speech in 2022, which was 8 minutes long, was longer than this year's Call of Duty campaign. Now, I'll be linking this clip in the description for you guys to look at if you haven't already seen it. This has been a fairly hot topic in the Call of Duty community, but to summarize it, Christopher Judge makes this comment, he laughs, people in the audience laughs, the camera pans around, sees a bunch of people, they all laugh, haha, it's funny, and then we move on with our life, right? So initially I laughed at this, I was like, well, it's kind of true, the Call of Duty campaign this year is extremely short and not worth $70, a lot of people know my opinion on this. And of course, Christopher's comments were an extreme exaggeration, the campaign in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is not 8 minutes long, and I know there's gonna be people that come to the comment section and they're like, well, this comment was out of pocket, the campaign isn't 8 minutes long, it's 3 hours long. Get it right, Dev? And I'm well aware that it's 3 hours long, but this doesn't change the fact that it got absolutely abysmal review scores from every single company that gave this campaign mode a review. But either way, that's not the point. I know there's gonna be people in this community that come to the aid of Activision and they have to white knight and bootlick for Activision every single time. A billion-dollar corporation that doesn't give a flying fuck about them, that fucks them all the time. They enjoy defending them. And then I start to think to myself, why does this community have this logic and mindset? Now, it's no secret that a lot of the people in this community are absolute children. In the actual sense of the word, they are actual children, so they haven't been fully developed yet, and their logic really shows that. And I like to think to myself, well, why the hell are the Call of Duty community the way they are? Why? And then I look at the developers. I look at the way they act towards any sort of criticisms or even jokes, and it all makes sense. This entire thing makes sense. Why the community is the way they are. Why a lot of people like defending Activision. Because they're impressionable little children that get to see the things on Twitter that the developers are saying about their game. And this is a prime example of somebody who can't take any sort of valid criticism whatsoever. So I'm going to be putting some tweets up on screen. These are tweets from several Call of Duty developers that are current and former employees that have called out Christopher Judge for his comments at the Game Awards, saying Modern Warfare 3 probably destroys all God of War games combined in sales/player metrics. And there's 3 pictures here of various different Call of Duty developers that left different varying comments about Christopher Judge. And the first one says, funny, but yeah, the metrics that COD absolutely destroys all of the God of War games, probably combined TBH, in is also equally laughable, if not more. So this guy's like, well, we get people that play more and buy more games. Ha ha ha, our game is better. Well, everybody plays Call of Duty for Warzone or multiplayer. No one's playing for your campaign. God of War games, correct me if I'm wrong, are primarily story-based games. So they won't have the mass appeal like a multiplayer game, dummy. But anyways, it's a COD dev. What do you expect? You can't expect them to have very much brain power. So here's the second one. Imagine having short user engagement once your game is consumed. Can't relate. Well, if you look at the Steam charts, you can actually see that this isn't true. A lot of people aren't staying to play your game. Your game is dog shit. You have people that are saying that there's possibly bots in your game. There's services that are offered that can purchase these bot lobbies. So how many of those actual engagement numbers are organic, real people? Nobody knows because Activision, Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward, all these devs don't say shit to us. They leave us in the dark. Doesn't make any sense. There's a third tweet here, by the way. Honestly, as COD developers, we've heard way worse, but we don't expect it from a peer at an event that's supposed to be celebrating this year's achievements in gaming, especially with all the information that was leaked about its development. Okay, bud, nobody here is blaming Sledgehammer Games for the shit campaign. Everybody here knows that the shit campaign was created by Activision's absolute incompetence. It happens every single year. We saw with Cold War, we saw with Vanguard. They get these crunch times where they're sitting here and they can't make the game on time, and shit ends up being either really half-assed done or not even there at launch and then added on later. Nobody is blaming you, Sledgehammer Games developers. Nobody Nobody is. We're blaming Activision. And I'm sure Christopher Judge is too. Everybody knows you had 16 months to make this game. Nobody is blaming Sledgehammer Games for this. You made a lot of changes that people asked for, and we are grateful for that. But when it comes to the shitty-ass campaign, none of you here are defending your shitty campaign. The only little bit of defense here that I get is that there was some leaks about the development, that possibly you had less time to make the game. No one here is defending their campaign, which is kind of ironic. Not one developer that I saw here actually said, well, our campaign is great. It's just emotional responses. And this is what the community does, right? The children, the people that are dumb, the trolls, I don't know. They go and they see the devs on Twitter and then they just say exactly what the devs say. Well, you gotta understand they only had 16 months. You gotta understand this and that and yada yada. That's not the point. Activision needs to get their shit together. They're a billion-dollar company. There's no excuse for this kind of incompetence when it comes to a company that has what? Treyarch, Sledgehammer Games, Raven Software, Demonware, all of these companies, Infinity Ward, all of these development studios, support roles, whatever. You have all of these dev studios working on the game and you cannot get it to function properly or have enough content at launch. And this is all Activision's doing. Like I said, nobody here is blaming Sledgehammer Games. Nobody here is blaming the devs for this. We're blaming Activision, and rightfully so. We should be blaming Activision. We shouldn't be getting a 3-hour campaign in 2023. It makes you think though, you'd think with all this shit talking that the developers are doing that this game should be in a fantastic state, right? With all this player engagement and all this money that you make, right? There's nothing wrong with this game, right? Nothing. Well, that's where you're wrong, because I'm going to be showing you guys a tweet, and I don't know if you guys remember, but in the Season 1 roadmap, probably about Season 1 Reloaded, right? We're supposed to be getting a game mode called Vortex, right? And basically this game mode is like free-for-all with a ray gun in there. I don't remember exactly what it is, but there's a mode coming to the multiplayer of Modern Warfare 3 that allows you to use a ray gun in the game. Well, I've been scrolling through Twitter and I saw this one clip that I found quite interesting and I felt like I should share with you guys. This comes from @TXTYY_, and he says, silent aim and a ray gun, game's chalked. And if you look at the clip, you can actually see this dude running around with a ray gun. Now, I'm not sure if he has silent aim, but I know there's splash damage on the ray gun, so that could possibly be what we're seeing here. But either way, it's an unlock all tool, and he's able to get this somehow, because it's probably in the game files right now, and they're just waiting to release it. And he's running around ruining everybody's experience, and Ricochet is doing a fantastic A1 job of finding those cheaters and shutting them down, right? Billion-dollar company, shitty anti-cheat that doesn't work. It is a kernel-level anti-cheat, and it still doesn't work. Baffles my mind, and I'm sure there's gonna be people in the comment section here that are gonna leave me little love notes in the comment section telling me I'm stupid, I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm a hater, you still bought the game even though I didn't and I got it gifted to me, you're still gonna play it, yada yada yada, blah fucking blah. I'm tired of hearing it from the Call of Duty community. I'm really sick of this game being absolute dog shit. I have 8 hours total time played in Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer from a gifted copy, and I have already gone back to 2011 Modern Warfare 3 Plutonium. What does that tell you? Season 1 is chalked. This game is chalked, but before I cut this video off, I want to share the creme de la creme of a video. The ultimate greed, scam, whatever you want to call it, little fucking weaselly thing that Activision did that's just been pissing me off, and I felt like I needed to include it in said video. So I'm putting this Charlie Intel tweet up on screen right now. Read it and weep, guys. It says, PlayStation has been sending out messages to people who own Modern Warfare 2019 or Modern Warfare 2 to save up to 30% off when buying Modern Warfare 3 on the PlayStation Store. Check your messages for the offer. Ends December 12th. And if you look at the picture here, it basically says, adapt or die in a fight against the ultimate threat with the series' signature cinematic campaign missions. Oh yeah, that 3-hour campaign's fucking phenomenal. Settle old scores and start new ones with the greatest collections of multiplayer maps ever assembled. All recycled. All DLC. All scam. Save on the cross-gen bundle and Vault Edition until 11:59 PST on December 12th. So this right here is probably good news to some people. They're like, wow, they're actually discounting the game. This is great. Well, what about the people that bought the game right before Christmas and got fisted up the ass for the $70 price tag, and they owned MW19 and they owned MW2. Now they're sitting here twiddling their thumbs like, can I get a discount? No, you can't. You can go fuck yourself because you just paid $70. So we could put it down 30% for people that owned the previous titles, just so we can say, go fuck fuck yourself, Call of Duty community. And these are the people that these bootlickers and these fanboys defend. This is the type of shit that they do to you. You're gonna look at this and you're gonna twist this into something good. I know the Call of Duty community always will. They'll look at this and say, well, it's on a discount. You're just hating for views. You're just hating for views on a discount. What about the people that bought the game for $70? Are they getting a discount? No, they're not. Case closed. That's the end of my rant. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit the like button, comment down below your opinion on the entire matter, subscribe if you're new, and don't forget to turn that notification bell on so you never miss when I upload a video, and I'll catch everybody in the next one.